Drunken one-night stands often imply timeout and lack of control and are often recounted as crazy and wild in a humorous tone. These are usually due to leads getting drunk and end up having one-night stand with a stranger. This might be a complicated way to start a relationship, but it's a great way to start a series. Here's a look at 15 drunken one-night stand dramas. Number 1. Fated to Love You. Mi-hyung is a typical office clerk who is rather plain, somewhat awkward, and has a good nature taken advantage of by her co-workers on a daily basis. While on vacation, she accidentally spends one night with a stranger who happens to be handsome, charming, and rich, and her life will never be the same. This faithful encounter brings a love that transforms this not-so-special girl into an attractive, warm, lovable young lady. This is not a straightforward story about romance between a poor girl and a handsome CEO. They are not supposed to love each other. Their relationship grows out of faith and nurtures gradually only after the marriage. The storyline is intricate yet logical. Overall, I enjoyed the major story arc. Two people who under normal circumstances would never have met are brought together by fate. Number 2. Oum Ruk. Napat is a beautiful but headstrong young lady. Against her father's wishes to come and live with him in the States, Napat decides to stay back in Thailand and earn her way through modeling. During Napat's first magazine photo shoot, she meets a fast-mouthed photographer, Shen, who predicts she'll never be famous in the industry. However, despite Chen's prediction, Napat turns out to be a huge success with everyone in the business wanting to work with her. Napat's lucky streaks comes to a halt when she bumped into Shen for the second time while at a beachside anniversary party for a famous magazine. Due to a drinking competition during the party, both Shen and Napat get badly drunk and end up in bed together. It isn't long before Napat realizes that she is pregnant. This is a slap-kiss-free rom-com lacon. The first one-third of the show is full of comedic situations, and the remaining were about leads going through pregnancy process together. This show is more involved in showing viewers the changes and stages a mother goes through during a pregnancy, more than any other show. A brilliant romantic comedy. It brings on the laughs, but it also brings along the feels. Number 3. My Secret Romance. Cha Jin-wook is a son from a wealthy family who runs a large company. He usually only pursues short-term love, but when he meets Lee Yo-mi, who has never had a boyfriend before, he changes. In a dating world full of busy people who tend to flirt and chase some relationships rather than having meaningful connections that allow them to show their true feelings, this couple has a one-night stand. They meet again 3 years later, whereupon they kick off a shaky push-pull romance that will keep them on their toes as they fall in love. This is the kind of a drama you watch strictly to get your romance fix. There are enough likable characters, cute moments, and a decent enough story to keep it entertaining. The skinship and chemistry between the main leads was great. I wholeheartedly recommend this drama to every rom-com lover who is looking for an easy watch. Number 4. Buchou to Shachiku no Koi Modokashii. Maruyama Mayumi is an OL who loves her job and has taken a liking to her manager Teiji Osamu, who is strict about work and insists on knocking off on time. The two end up spending a night together after a drinking session with colleagues, but Mayumi is flabbergasted when Osamu tells her the following morning that she should know what to do in the aftermath since they are both adults. The story is simple and smooth. Leads did their part well. The romance is fast-paced but nothing over the top. It is an okay watch. Number 5. I Do, I Do. Wang Jian is a successful shoe designer whose life revolves around her work. She is fiercely protective of her designs, though they are constantly being copied, flooding the market with cheap knockoffs. Park Tae-kang is a young, talented designer but still regularly rips off Jian's designs for the easy money. A particularly bad day for both of them brings them together over drinks, leading to a one-night stand. They swear never to see each other again, but things get complicated when her company hires Taekang as a new employee and Jian discovers that she's pregnant with his child. This is one of those feel-good dramas. The story is based around a pregnancy and how Jian's life was affected by it, not just within her body limits, but her job and coming to terms with being a single mother. And the views on fatherhood are highlighted in the story as well. All in all, a very heartwarming and humorous drama with fantastic female characters. Number 6. Forecasting Love and Weather. An office melodrama that depicts work life and love life of the people working in Korea Meteorological Administration, which is hotter than tropical nights and more indispensable than local heavy rains. Number 7. Wonderful Life. Han Seong-wan and Young Se-jin bump into each other at the airport and accidentally take each other's passports. They meet again, and Seong-wan and Jae-jin end up spending the day together. Both having to deal with love complications, they end up drunk and having a one-night stand. Back in Korea, Se-jin discovers she's pregnant and leaves to have the baby alone. A year later, Se-jin's clueless sister ends up spilling the secret to Seong-wan at his parents' birthday party, showing up with his baby daughter. Seong-wan and Se-jin are then forced to marry by their respective families. Complicated love takes place between No-hyun, Se-jin, Jae-young and Seong-wan. The rest of the story revolves around the family's journey in learning to take responsibility and learning to love each other. Number 8. So Wayree. Two hotel moguls, once family friends since the grandparents' generation, now sworn enemies, are fighting over who will reign supreme. Prinut never thought that he would be a part of the hatred. Although his father is the son-in-law of Siri Mantra, his mom was only a mistress who was abandoned in America. Growing up, he never knew what having a father was like. Paramita is the only heiress to the famous emperor real estate mogul. She was pulled into this warring game after being drugged and sent to him as ransom. 4 years later, she came back with twin children but told everyone that they were her cousins. Prinut and Paramita meet again but standing on opposite sides of the line as sworn enemies. Although they had the twins, not as chains of love but chains of enemies, it tied them together unwillingly. Number 9. One Night Steal. Jae is a girl who has luck all the time, while Not has bad luck. One night, these two come across each other and their luck is reversed. Jae was unhappy about the settlement, so she's planning to get her luck back. Number 10. 39. Story of three female friends who are 39 years old. Chamiju was born and raised by wealthy parents. She's now 39 years old and works as a dermatologist at her own clinic in Gangnam, Seoul. Young Chan-young is one of Chamiju's close female friends. She works as an acting coach. Number 11. Same Chua Keun. The moment she opened her eyes, she noticed her body without clothes on and there was a man sleeping on his stomach next to her. The whole world seemed to collapse in front of her. Chon Fansa, a beautiful woman who was drunk until she lost her mind for just one night, had to become a single mother inevitably. She decided to raise a child alone, never thought to demand anything from that overnight husband of hers. However, this is called fate when the man who is the father of a child becomes involved in her life once again. Number 12. What's Up Fox. Single 33-year-old Go Byung-hee works as a reporter for a sex magazine. She wants more romance and a more respectable life, but isn't sure how to get it. 24-year-old Park Chul-so, mechanic and world traveler, is the young brother of Byung-hee's best friend. He's free-spirited and not concerned with what the world thinks. One night, the two old family friends get drunk and wake up in bed together. Go Byung-hee wants to forget it ever happened, especially since a good marriage prospect has just made an appearance. Unfortunately for her, Chul-soo has other ideas. Number 13. Khun Sem Karmalor T Rak. Pimpa is a beautiful, confident, fashionable woman but was deeply hurt. A pregnant woman suddenly appeared on Pimpha's wedding day claiming that the groom was her husband. Because of this nightmare, Pimpa ended at a club drunk. The next morning came another shock to Pimpa as she woke up laying in bed with a stranger. Richavi was angered because Pimpa claiming not to remember anything about last night. How will this entanglement conclude? Number 14. Oops, Mr. Superstar Hit on Me. 40-year-old Ton Narubase is a very popular celebrity, dubbed as the Heart of Asia and draped in fame and admiration even to this day. He is also Cake's mom's most favorite star. So when Cake gets a job as an intern in his entertainment company, Cake's mom makes a point to ask her daughter to get an autograph from her idol. But how does Cake go from getting an autograph for her mom to waking up next morning naked and in bed with her mom's idol? Can loving someone who is not only 20 years older than you but also a big shot celebrity actually work out? Number 15. Love at Night. Soo Ching-yu is a hardworking, focused woman with a senior position at an up-and-coming firm. She is devoted to her job and is also in a relationship with Fan Yoon-si, whom she has been dating for 10 years. They are planning to wed in the near future, but when she discovers he had a fling with another woman, she is incensed and decides to break off the engagement. She later heads to a bar to drink away her sorrows. At the bar, she met a man named Mo Lingzi. She is very drunk and starts talking to him. The next day, she wakes up in a hotel room with only vague recollections of the end of the night, assuming that she has had a one-night stand with him. To her horror, she turns up to a meeting the next day only to discover that Mo Lingzi has taken over the operations at her company. Which of these drunken one-night stand dramas you found interesting? Please let us know in the comments down below. Also, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.